Right, welcome back. Last time, we're basically at the point where we can get legalism. I said basically, we're not quite there yet, but we're at 4. Centralization and we need 5. Again, it's 4 point something, so 4, 5 years at the most. I have further reduced the autonomy of the nobility in the process. Of course, this will take time, and the nobility aren't particularly happy with me stripping stuff away from them. I don't think the clans are that happy either with me doing the same, just with slower methods that are less noticeable. Woo! So, once we finally get legalism, we can finally jump up a couple levels in tech, and that will give us a major advantage, not just militarily, but also economically. Because the admin techs improve production output, both in resources and with districts, although for now that doesn't seem to be the case. I have to wait until level 10. Joy. Well, at least I get more trade efficiency, which is a little bit helpful. Not by much, though, because, well, level 5 gets 0.5%, level 6 gets 1%, and then that's the last of it until 20. Jeez. Oh yeah, and I get a new idea group at level 8 admin tech. Yeah, the first few levels don't seem particularly useful, but still. Ooh, extra shock. That could come in real useful later. Yeah, I still rely really heavily on the clan host. I don't like that at all. Plus, the tribes are really difficult to keep happy. Best I can do is just lower the tributes. And then every time I extend the bureaucracy, I lose that amount too. Plus, I have to do bureaucratic expansion every 5 years, whereas the reducing tributes, I can only do that every 10. At least it makes them less powerful. I guess. Okay, capital infrastructure is coming along. Slowly, but it's coming along nonetheless. Great, the general died. I gotta get a replacement, and he's not nearly as good. Joy. At least money's rapidly increasing. More money's always good. Especially since I can invest more of it back into the economy, growing the economy further. Especially since I think most of the estates don't really do much investment. Although the nobility are definitely investing. The clans, I don't think so, and I don't think the church... The church... I'm not even sure if the church can invest, period, outside of academic. Maybe? The burghers don't invest until you give them a high enough level of autonomy through city laws. Which for right now, I don't have the ability to give them. Isn't that great? Of course, if I were to lower city law, so there's giving them greater autonomy or reducing their autonomy. Currently, our urban governments is entirely unsupported, which is not a good state to be in. However, it is expensive to change things up. Just need to find a position where I can actually read that. There we go. I would need to give the metropolitans 30 influence. Bring to city charters. At that point, the burghers will start investing their own money into the economy. Or I could lower it. However, lowering it takes a good bit more effort, and well, especially on my part. The burgers are okay with this because, well, it's better city administration. Although they would definitely prefer to have more power for themselves. If I were to go this direction, I would definitely need to pick up the slap myself. I've already started to do that a little bit by funding capital infrastructure maintenance. Well, that's not nearly enough for most of the infrastructure. So far it's just to plug a hole in one specific gap that is my capital. I'll have to look into funding other things. As the state grows, it also needs to take on more responsibilities in order to ensure everything works properly. And it's not that easy. Right, so the question is, do I actually want to do anything? Yeah, appointing magistrates across the realm, the benefits are just too good to pass over. I'm gonna need to make sure the nobles are fine with that though, so let's arrange a strategic marriage. I'm gonna make sure that the clergy are okay. Performing a show of devotion should be enough. Right? Let's empower the bureaucrats. Cause a stab drop. 22 influence. Is that enough? For right now, though, I can only regulate tax farmers and appoint magistrates. I could do literacy tests if I waited till January. In all honesty, I don't think that's a good idea. Alright, appoint magistrates. This is going to cost me quite a bit. But I've got plenty of money right now and I don't need it. Not really, so... a little bit less on the taxes should be fine. Of course, if I provide temporary tax relief, things will go a little bit easier, so... yeah. 3 years of no taxes. I think I should be able to handle that. Of course, there's still military taxes that probably would take place, and maybe some obligations, but no land tax for 3 years. At the very least, will help keep things stable while I deal with the magistrates and the estates themselves. Yeah, okay, let's stop here. Let's see here. So, I went ahead and done a reform. What was it again? Oh, yeah! I started appointing magistrates instead of having it all decentralized. Can I do the next level yet, actually? Oh, I can do more reforms. Probably should avoid that for the moment. The estates already are getting a little bit tired of changes, especially the nobles. And there's not really much of anything I can do to help them outside of... You know, I don't actually need to increase my centralization anymore, do I? I don't really need that prestige. Screw it. Yield concessions to ancient liberties. There we go. Let's also lavishly endow the church. They're gonna love that. Bosom populist reform is a terrible idea at the moment. Alright, lavishly endow the church. Okay, so they're not gonna go insane the next time I do a reform. I probably should also expand the bureaucracy, shouldn't I? Oh yeah, full grain provisions, and let's actually do that reform. Of regulating the tax farmers so I get more tax income. However, my current tax income is actually reduced since I've also made it so that I don't get taxes. That's a lot of modifiers. There we are. Widespread tax relief. Yeah, I did that in the aftermath of the previous reform of appointing magistrates. Alright, I also wanted to check the next level. Yeah, that was enforced sovereign law. Okay. Oh yeah, that's gonna be pricey on loyalty. But it's gonna be so good once I get it. If I review the bureaucracy, I can see it a little better. Sovereign courts and justice, and then universal law. Ooh, problem is autonomy and state reach costs. Yeah, but universal law, once I get that one, it's gonna look good. Anyway. So yeah, just past 2 bureaucratic reforms. My taxes are gonna look awful after this, aren't they? So yeah, I have increased the influence of the bureaucrats, though it's still really low, so I need to increase that, and I need to make it so that the bureaucracy is less factionalized, because there's factional rule here. I don't know how to defactionalize the bureaucracy, though, because that's not actually on the list. It probably has other requirements, doesn't it? It increases state corruption so much. Okay, so I need to organize the bureaucracy. It helps with stability, and improves influence of the bureaucrats, and slightly reduces state corruption gain. Okay. I'm gonna need 30 bureaucratic influence. That's the difficult part, one of them. And also 50 executive authority, which is not easy to get. I don't even have 60. After that is a spoil system, which would be a good place to sit at for some time because of easy stability. Right, I've gone over reforms before. Okay. I haven't touched the nobility recently. Doing too much would be a bad idea. Oh, I have hit 5 centralization, which was why I was willing to do that little thing to the nobles. And we're approaching 6 soon, so that's good. As a result, I am gaining legalism at, well, less than 1 full % every 5 months, which is why this is going to take about a little less than 20 years. Once it does that, it will start spreading to the other provinces, although I may end up embracing the institution earlier. I need to have it in at least 8 development after local autonomy. Total would be enough for that. It's still going to cost me less than 200, that's for sure, in order to actually embrace it, assuming only Total gets it. Which is honestly pretty reasonable. I need to grab tech relatively quickly in order to make sure I don't fall behind, because I'm already starting to a little bit. ITA already has 444, and most other countries have 333 at the minimum, so yeah, I definitely need to be careful. However, sitting and waiting is quite nice and peaceful, I have to admit. Though it's going to take a while. Thankfully, though, should technology improve, my military power relative to ITA should increase. Heck, if I can get better recruitment, that would be nice too. Anyway, that's enough for now. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye. Might actually do that first capital level. That would certainly help. Anyway.